Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So before we get started, I just want to talk about the Black Lives Matter movement. So last week's video was actually pre-recorded, so this week I just want to mention it. It's so important that we keep talking about it even though people are back to normal posting sort of thing. I'm going to put a link in the description on where you can find out ways to help. Today's going to be a bit of a fun one. I'm doing a get ready with me and we're talking about boy problems and relationships. I've already done my brows off camera, so we're going to jump straight in with foundation, and I'm taking the Maybelline Superstay 24 Hour Full Coverage Foundation. So honestly guys, I'm so excited to do this like girl talk video. I feel like especially when you're younger, or just like literally, do you know what, I think like throughout your whole life, being a girl, we always have these things and you just want to sit down with your girlies and have a good chat. So I'm just using the Makiage Hydrating Setting Spray, and I'm just going to use this to buff in my foundation. Yeah, I feel like you all want to sit down and have a good chat and a bit of a moan, because let's face it, we all do it. We all do it, whether you say you do or not. And with everything going on in the world at the moment, I feel like we're all missing out on that girl time. So I thought I'd do a video today so we can all sit down and have a good old natter. Like, get your snacks, get cozy on the sofa, or do your makeup with me, and let's have a little chat. So I'm going to jump straight in to what you guys said to me or like sent. I asked you on Instagram to tell me relationship troubles, and we're going to get it all out today. So I'm going to try and give my best advice. I'm not anyone special, I don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to be using the Revolution Conceal and Define under my eyes, and I'm just taking it slightly lower than my actual eyes. I know this looks really funny, but trust me, there's method to the madness. And then I'm going to be using the Makiage FM Flawless Concealer, and this is in the shade 02, and the Revolution Concealer is in C2. Matchy matchy. So I'm going to literally put this one right underneath my eye, because this concealer doesn't crease and I feel like it gives that nice coverage. So I'm going to spray the sponge again and we're just going to repeat. So our dating apps are no-no, even if it's just to potentially make friends. So personally, I've never been on a dating website, dating app, Tinder, any of that. So I can't relate from like my own experiences, but from what like I've heard from friends or from people I know, I would just be careful. I think like obviously you can find potential romance. Oh, I feel like I'm on a dating advert. I think you can find that kind of thing if you're looking for something serious. I think you could probably find it, but I would be careful. I feel like people may be on there with the wrong intentions. I think it depends what you want. If you're looking to maybe hook up, you know, or just to, you know, meet friends, or just to get to know people, you're not looking for anything serious, then maybe it's for you. But I would always be careful. If you're meeting someone you don't know, always go with someone, or make sure, even if you don't want to take that person with you on the date, say you meet at a cafe, make sure your friends there at the cafe on a different table. You don't even have to tell that person that they're there as well, and it just gives you a bit of safety. You know someone's there in case so it happens. So I'm just gonna bronze myself up now, and I'm using this Sunkissed Naturally Bronzed makeup palette. Some of the products I'm using in this video may have been sent as PR. Nothing's been sent to use in this video, but I just want to make it clear, and I will state in the description box which ones they are. So I'm just bronzing myself up now. So the next question is, how old would you recommend being before getting a boyfriend? Honestly guys, I think this is personal to you, how you feel. But the thing is, when you're so young, you want to enjoy that freedom. I'm not saying you can't have freedom when you're in a relationship, but like it depends who you're with. When you're younger, I feel like boys can be immature and they don't understand that, whereas like now I'm with Sean, like he's not bothered if I want to go out or if I want to see my friends, whereas some boys can be, especially when you're younger. and you've got to think, are you with the right person? And it doesn't always last, and that's not a bad thing, honestly. And I feel like as long as you can have the right balance between having a boyfriend and your friends still, then that's fine. Like some of my friends, like they get boyfriends, then you never hear from them again until they break up. And I think everyone's guilty of doing that at some point in their life. But I would just say, enjoy your time, you know? Like, people are in such a rush nowadays to settle down, like, you don't need to. So I'm now taking this Morphe blush trio and I'm using the middle one. I feel like because my hair's green at the minute, this like just adds some warmth into my face. So next question is it worth to fight for your boyfriend even though his mum doesn't like you? Girl, let me tell you. If his mum doesn't like you, you might think he's the best thing ever. Ever, but I promise you that will cause problems. And when you say you and your boyfriend have a fight, you might find that no matter what, she's never ever going to be on your side. Her son can never do any wrong and that will pee you off. So I would just, is it worth it? Is he worth it? If you're young, I would say just get rid of him. Just gotta think, like, if this does work out, do you want to put up with that for the rest of your life? I don't know. Personally, I wouldn't put up. I just couldn't. I think unless you've been together for a very, very long time and, like, say you're a lot older and you're not in your teens anymore and his mum all of a sudden decides she doesn't like you, then that's a bit different. But if it's from the start, just no, we don't need that. Now we're moving on to lips. I'm going to be using my Colourpop Just a Tin in the shade Feel Good, and I'm also going to be using this natural moisturising lip liner in the shade Toast by Makiage. So the next problem is that how to move on from someone when he was your best friend and boyfriend for 4 years. I don't know if this is you were best friends for a bit and then you were boyfriend and girlfriend, or if you were literally boyfriend and girlfriend and he's like your best friend. But it's always going to be hard, no matter how long you've been together. I feel like sometimes you can have relationships that last years, that the love isn't there, or you can have like 1.5 years together, say, and it'd be like the best, most craziest 1.5 years of your life, and it all comes to an end. I think it can be so hard moving on anyway. It's always awful after a breakup. My best advice, if you are sure it is over, and this is a foolproof way to get over someone, go into your room, get a black bag, bin everything, absolutely everything. I don't care what it is, just get rid of it. Some people like to keep that stuff, and no, don't do that. Delete everything off your phone, block them on absolutely everything, and then you need to get that black bag, go into your room, bin all the photos, things they've bought you, even if it's just something stupid like you went shopping and you bought a top and that top just reminds you of that shopping day. Get rid of that top. Like, you don't need that in your life. Take it to the charity shops, get rid of it. You just do not need that reminder. After that, you need to make sure that you're going to be busy. So you want to start scheduling, like making plans with your friends, start going out with your friends, find fun things to do, make new memories. It can even just be going out on your own, like you don't even have to go with anyone else. Also, I would say, if you know that you are going to be upset, feeling sad at night time, make sure you're busy, plan stuff, keep yourself occupied. And my third step, and this is something, especially if you're not good at getting your feelings out, like I feel like when I'm upset or if someone does something to me, I'm very good at shutting off and just saying, do you know what, I don't care anymore, and not even thinking about it. And sometimes I can do more harm than good. So what I would recommend is just getting a little notebook or a notepad and just keep a diary for a few months until you feel ready that you don't need it anymore, or it might just become like a habit that you keep. But it's just such a good way to vent, and even if you're not talking about what's happened, it's a good way to get your feelings out and not keeping it in. Honestly, I promise you it will make you feel so much better. And then when you're ready, if you don't want to talk about it first, start from the beginning and just write everything down that happened, where it all went wrong, and I promise you, you will feel so much better. So that's my third step. And years to come, you will think, why did I even deal with that? I promise you, even if it was a nice person and the breakup didn't even end too bad, one thing I will say to you is think of all the happy moments that you spent with that person, and when you find the right person, them bits, like them moments, are going to be even better than that. So you've got so much to look forward to. I promise you, it's going to be so much better in the long run. So I've just applied some primer to my eyes, and I used the HelenE Double Base in shade 2. I'm now taking the Be Perfect Cosmetics Master Palette, the Louise McDonald Remastered. So the next one's a little bit of a longer one. So it says, I'm recently dating this guy online and he's in the military. I've just told my mum about us after we've been in a relationship for 2 months. She always disapproves me dating because I'm still young. I'm 17 turning 18 next January. He really wants to meet up with me, I think that's meant to be, but my mum doesn't really like him too much. What can I do to get her approval? So I would say, I don't know if you've like ever met in person before or if this is the first time. I would be careful. I would, if you are going to meet him with someone. Like I said earlier, just be careful, you never know who you're talking to online. And maybe, do you know what, even maybe take your mum with you, see what she thinks to him. It might be different when she meets him in person. I don't know how long you've been speaking for, but if she knows the full situation, she might feel better about things. I think normally our parents, sometimes it feels like they're just being annoying and they're not doing, you know, what we want them to do, but I think they normally come from a place of love. They're wanting to protect you more than anything. So I think she could maybe come round to it if he is a genuine nice guy and is who he says he is, and you guys are both happy together. I'm just going to take this orangey tiger shade now, and I'm just going to put this in the outer corner. So the next one's also a bit of a longer one. It's going to be the last one as well today. So hey, hope all is well. My partner of almost 3 years, engaged for 1 year, and my best friend for 5 years are going through a really rough patch. I don't see maturity from him. He's not a bad kid, just someone who wants to muck around, relies on me for everything. I just got a new house, I'm paying rent on my own. He's here for 5 days a week, barely helps me around with the chores. I think that's meant to mean. He will instead just watch me, and whatever he does, he doesn't do properly. He doesn't pay for anything. We're constantly arguing. I try and think if I want this for the rest of my life, and I don't think I do. And I've tried to end it more times than I can count on my fingers, but it's so hard to let go of the good times. I'm almost scared to be alone. Can I also just say, well done for getting your own house, like your own place. That is so good, and you should be so proud of yourself for that. And I think you've done such a good thing by doing it on your own and not with him, especially if this is how you're feeling. I think when you've been together for such a long time, one of the scariest things can be ending it. And by sounds of it to me, you've already made that decision in your head that you do want to end it. And I know it's awful, but in reality, all you're doing is prolonging it. All I would say though, if you were thinking that you want to stay together, you need to sit down and have a talk with him and say, do you know what, if things are still like this in a few months, I don't want to be with you. And just be so honest with him, and hopefully that will shock him into realising that, you know, I've got to start pulling my weight if this is what I want. I feel like when situations like this first happen, you don't mind, but over time it becomes very draining. I think if I was you, I would stop letting him stay around so much. Like, start becoming, it sounds like you're already super independent, but become even more. Like, just say to him, like, I don't want you to come around today, I'm having a day cleaning, I don't want you here whilst I'm doing that because you don't help. And just separate yourself from him. If you're worried about breaking up with him, I would just distance yourself, see how you feel in that respect, see if it makes you want him more or if you're not interested, and ask yourself, why are you staying with him? I know you said that it's the good times, but is it enough? Does it outweigh the bad? I feel like you would make the right decision, whichever that is for yourself. I feel like you're just waiting for the right time. So to finish off these eyes, I'm just going to take this shade here and I'm just going to run it along the lash line, especially paying attention to the outer corner just to smoke it out a bit. And then I'm going to go in with a darker brown. I'm just going to go on top of that. I'm just going in with Makiage mascara now, and this is in Icon. So honestly guys, thank you so much for all your messages and questions. I tried to answer as many as I could. I really enjoyed this kind of video, like this girl talk. It's just so, like, it just feels like talking to your friends or like an older sister, and I feel like because I have so many sisters, I would absolutely love to have all you guys as part of my like little family. I just love it. So for today's lashes, I'm only going to be applying lashes to like the outer half of my eye. Oh, I think it looks so cute. I literally just feel like a Disney character with these on. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've had like a little bit of fun. Honestly, I am no expert, do not take my advice. If you've got any more of these, leave them in the comments, message me on Instagram. If you want to see more videos like this, give it a thumbs up. If I get enough thumbs up, I'll maybe do another video like this and you guys can send me in your stuff again. And if you don't follow me on Instagram already, my handle is at Xbethanymarie. I always post my stories about YouTube videos, so if you want to get involved, be sure to check out my stories on there. And I hope you guys all have a lovely day, and I will see you all again very, very soon.